games so you can play games. And today we're actually making a game. I know, gee wonder. We're making a dress-up game today, and I'll continue with it in just a moment as I check everything is quite fine. Alright, everything works. So, a few notices today. First is the good news is there will be no lagging, and also I have my OG Clip Studio layout. I use the Photoshop-like layout. I don't remember where I found it because the last time I tried to find it on the laptop, I for some reason couldn't. And I think that's because I wasn't searching hard enough, to be honest. Still, I'm much more comfortable with this, although I don't remember what the effects tab is for. It's this little thing over here, you can see my cursor. I don't remember what it's for. I don't want to delete it in case I find it useful later. For now I don't, so it'll just be in its existence. Other than that, some more changes. Over here, I have all of my brushes, which is not a big deal because they're the same ones I used last time, give or take. Actually, this blender brush is now also available because it blends the colors very well, and I like that, in addition to it being a pencil brush. Just a moment. Hello. So I have found an unnerving thing. I forgot to add the sound to the break button. So that'll be something interesting to find out about later. But until then, we can return. It was a quick, slim introduction. Or interruption, I suppose. The cat has opened the door, so it had to be let back out. Now, so the good news are there will be no more lagging. Huzzah! The bad news is the internet here. There's no good place in the house with good internet. And as such, if the stream pauses, I will try to not continue until it unpauses itself. But I know from experience OBS won't straight up quit the stream just because of a short interruption. And they can't be for long here. The interruptions are extremely brief, so it's not going to be like a big thing, but it is just the negatives of today's layout. The positives are zero lag, wonderful times. I think the sound quality is also better, and there will be no lags because I have upgraded that part. So that is our notes for today. On the account of what we're drawing, first we need to actually make a layout itself. I want to make this kind of rectangular one and have all the clothing on the sides, so I'll have a half and half. I've talked about the different types of layouts at some point on, well, not quite this channel, but on this channel, when it comes to the UI of dress-up games, and I'm going to use like a few variations of it. If we're lucky in the future, I'll even be able to, I don't know, do something cool, such as, oh, I don't have any colors yet. That's true. I haven't used the PC for a while, so it's great that I can do so. I guess I'll use white for now as a sketching color. So we want to have a sort of this over the shadow shoulder. There we go. I can speak over the shoulder view. I don't know. I'm doing a sketch of a pose at the moment because I don't like have a full idea yet, right? So we must concept out. Anyway, not the point. The point is we will have two views. One's more of a close-up, and the other one's more of a like full. I don't know what to call it. A full body, I suppose. This looks like a Dr. Seuss book at the moment, doesn't it? The pose will have to be changed later, obviously, but for the sake of things we find interesting, this will be pretty good. Actually, I'd make the legs longer. There we go. Might as well. I remember back in the day, the idea was that they would be inspired by like current fashion, I suppose, like high fashion, right? And so the proportions were made out of those of, I suppose, the most popular models. But nowadays, I think it is, I know it's actually micro, so I'd like to make a few different types of body types, actually. That would be a good high achievement goal for me. That and quite a few other things that I wish to include. Okay, so that's pretty good, I guess. I'm not a big UI person. Primarily, I'm a technical artist when it comes to things, right? Mm. But uh, I know a few people who are like really good at UI. Especially one of them is just a graphic design like person, because I think that's actually is part of what makes a really good UI sometimes. At least in my like 2D games perception, right? Mm. So over here we'll have our clothing things. I don't know how I'll sort them out though, because there'll be a lot. I guess one would have to be hair and the other one would have to be clothes. Hair, clothes. I'll make sure to parent the hair that I draw here to the hair that I draw here, so that in engine when you move it, they'll move together, and so that way we'll have adjustable hair, which is why this is not a pick rib and instead a custom one. Mm-hmm. That'll be a good justification for it, you know. Mm, I think I can get onto actually drawing of it now. That was extremely quick. Do I want to include anything else in the UI? I guess sound and things would be important. Where's my beautiful, bodacious blue? No, no, not quite. Is this it? Close enough. I should probably put in a separate layer though. Sound. Um, I know there's a point in the pause dynamic. Like, there's nothing to pause. The game's not timed, so there's no point. I guess I'll just keep it as is for now. It's a shame I can't come up with like much better. That being said, we could currently improve it, I think, by making a second iteration of it. So here's the first one. I'll color it red. I'll make an orange one. The red one can be reduced. I want to, I don't know, ideally there would be like a frame, right? Let me check. I have some references for this sort of thing, so I shall quickly check it. I really want to do the hairstyles quickly though. Maybe I won't do the like layout right now and I'll start on something else. Perhaps. I'll decide in about a minute. Oh right, I wanted to use like the background for this thing to be the logo of the game, I guess. Ish. I'm going to delete this thing because I don't care. Now about this thing. I had like two ideas for the game title, and I kind of just need one so they can have something in the background. It's not really that necessary for it, considering it's not a commercial thing per se. It'll be free to play, right? But like, because it's free to play and not on Steam for now, as far as I'm aware, I might put it later if we polish it out enough and it'll turn into an actual thing, not just, one singular mechanic. But until then, hmm, until then still. Okay, so I was gonna go with something like if here's ephemeral, which is ephemeral is a transition between things. Um, how do I? It's hard to explain. I suppose it's better to just find a definition for this sort of thing. Still, it rhymes with my last name, A, and B. It's because it's a dress-up game. I feel like that's state is also transition. It either is helping you visualize what you want in terms of style and everything else, um, which is a step towards actually becoming it from where you are, or B, it is just like when you're getting dressed to go outside, right? The dressing part is the transition before to after, right? So I feel like it's not a bad use of that definition, you know? Right. So such a long word. How to do that? Oh, right, I could make the first title smaller, and then as a result, the second title can be longer. Let's start with the second one. I'll have to rotate it a bit. Control T, but a lovely thing is ephemeral. I'll live with it. And I'll go to like 20 or this thing. Close enough, you're not close enough. I think it would have to gain quite a few, like, because I want it to be more circular, right, in shape. I'll choose a yellow color for doing this sort of thing, right. We want the logo to be more circular so that it can be at the background. Okay, I'll group these quickly because otherwise I can't see the outline I'm making with the character, right? I'll paint it orange because I hope that I will remember what it means. I probably won't. Still, nonetheless. Mhm. Now we have right to drawing. Ideally, we'd start at brush number 5. Technically speaking, I shouldn't be using like a pencil brush for this because a soy pen brush which is this kind of like felt marker brush thing, will ultimately look a lot more polished. A pencil brush is extremely unforgiving, which is funny because you'd think it'd be the opposite, but still. I will be using it because of style choices. I wonder, okay, I'll try to use this as a base and go off of that. I don't think it's an entirely great idea, but we'll see how it turns out and then go from there. I think I have a couple arm brushes, although I'm not sure. I think I ended up not downloading them actually, because Clip Studio has this amazing thing where your downloaded brushes will show up and you can reinstall them or just add them to your current Clip Studio like profile. And I had downloaded at one point a few brushes of that kind, but I don't use them very often, so I decided not to download again, which could be a problem, maybe, possibly not. If I had more time on my hands, I would have made this character creation thing more like modular, so that you can adjust all the different aspects of a human's proportions so that they can fit you. But alas, I do not. So we're going to have to cope. And I want to do it entirely side on, but like I'm trying to sketch out what like a proportion looks like. I'll add a few more varieties later, not right now, because first we need to finish with one, and then we can add meat to it to have different kind of body types. I wouldn't have too many, because then I'd still have to make a closing piece as a variation of itself. So redrawing it all over again for each body type, and if I have too many, that's just unrealistic for scope. Scope is what we call like the amount of things you put in a game before it becomes unmanageable, right? And so good scope means less things, which means you can do more polish with these things. Ideally there's like knees. Knees are a thing. So are size technically, but I don't want to start on like how that works at the moment. I don't know. Alright, and then technically heels are quite popular in these things. And if I just draw it on tippy toes, I won't ever have to think about the logistics of such a thing. I can't tell if my proportions are good or if they're just a bit blocky. I guess I'll have to find out when I do all of the polishing. Oh, there's an adjustment I haven't done to this brush that I need to do currently. Texture density, is that it? Oh yes it is. Lovely. Is it? Oh. You lie. It is not texture density. Go back to like 70 or whatever you want. Thickness, angle, brush density. It is brush density. Lovely. Okay. So I'm currently polishing it out in order to just see if the shape I'm making is actually correct. I always find legs a little bit weird to draw because it feels like they should be straight down, but they never are. I think I'll have to adjust the heel later, but until then we'll just note it down and hope to care everything that it just doesn't care. I don't know, I couldn't tell. There's a lot of different cipher forms as well, depending on the person, so frankly, it's difficult to see what would be the realistic thing, you know? People come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and I mean that in an overwhelming way. Anything you can probably imagine is there. But I'd prefer it to be on purpose than on accident. I don't... Why? See, I never have to suffer with legs, do I? I get to be fluid, and I don't have to care about this. But no. Choose the difficult life I do. Maybe it's more like, I don't know if I'd be happy if I were to play a game with that kind of position or posing. It's so confusing. Let me go check. Okay. I have this wonderful Pinterest board that I will not share. But it has proportions and wait. Oh, I could have gone for a simpler one. No, never mind. But I could have. But I wouldn't, though. Okay, the thing about our current drawing, right, is that it is too even. Everything's a square when it should be more exciting of a pose, you know? Because now it's just like, it's very boring looking when it's like that. I kind of don't want to finish it because I know I'm going to have to restart. What if I just delete the parts that aren't working? No, I couldn't. I couldn't possibly. Well, I might. Collarbones. We could try doing that, in which case we'd delete this thing over here in favor of, and we'd also add a bit more over here, and then now the arm would be coming from like over here-ish. Which isn't a big change, but it kind of is, in a way. It's the small change that makes a big impact. Now, okay, I still like the left leg, but it's the right leg that is getting to me. I could make it like a let me see. Let's see. Like this sort of thing. And I don't think it'll even look bad. I think it might actually work. Right, so with it working, let's move on to the actual drawing of the knees are awful. These are awful things. Okay, so here, because of the perspective, this side would be on top, and then somewhere along these lines is where the leg would be, but it also has to reduce in size because it's further away. But also we're making a dress-up game, and so I don't know if perspective actually plays any part in it. Woe is upon us. Why did I decide to do that? Why did I decide to draw the bottom part of that leg thing? I don't know what they're called. The calves? After the top, I don't know. Okay. Surely, if I just lay it down this way, it will become cool and therefore overlap. I think I messed it up at some point. I don't know. Why are legs the crux of me and not say arms? Or even hands? No, it has to be legs. I know why, it's because I actually practice drawing hands, because everybody knows that hands are difficult, you know, but still, the frustration is innumerable. That leg is not broken, it's just very high profile. Actually, wrong one. I will do this wonderful, wonderful thing called rotating it until eventually it fits. Probably. I know it's difficult to tell. If I have a leg and it's folded that way, and then really trying to visualize if it's maybe so leg. I have a couple muscles, and the muscles would kind of render themselves so it's not a 90-degree angle, even though it low-key is a 90-degree angle. Got it. Like, there's hope, and there's whatever the hell we have, which isn't hope, it's worse. Still. Does that mean I just... No. Who invented legs? I know who invented legs, but it doesn't help. What if I just hide it? No, that's the possible weak man. We shall not succumb to it. Why is it so difficult? Actually, it's because I'm not using reference, that's why. Reference. Where art thou? Legs are super annoying. Oh, that's why. Oh, I figured it out. So, the thing is, it would have to be like... No, I haven't. Have I figured it out? Oh, that's why I haven't figured it out. But then, all of it would go this way. Is that even a good idea? I don't think so. In which case, it would have to go this way. Oh, huh? Okay, well, perhaps the pose itself is the problem. Let me behold. In which case, but then, I can't tell. I'm having difficulty. But I did always think that this proportion was a bit strange. Still, we could make it like overlap, which would mean this is up here and then this is up here, in which case we're looking to do something of this sort instead, as it goes to whatever it is this thing is doing. I don't know, but it's so strange to have it from a like low on perspective instead of a high on perspective, because that... Oh, I know. Wait, do I? If it's low on perspective... No, we're not doing that. I could simply do this. That could work. And in which case we'd put the... I don't know how to say this. Basically, we need to do something on top. Why? Because dislocation of hips. You see why now that I find this annoying. We could... It's not in a bad pose per se, but it's not nearly as cool as it could be. Let me undo all of these. It's kind of nice looking. Maybe the problem is where it ends? Probably not, but you know, good to check all of the options. Something like so. Is it bad? Technically, yes. Is there anything we can do about it? Of course, always. Still. I'm going to have to use a transform tool, aren't I? Whoa! Woe is upon us, woe! I don't want to though. Like I genuinely don't. Maybe we can balance it out by making this kind of pose. On the other hand, I don't think it's a good idea. But this also doesn't work. Or does it? And it kinda does. Okay, I need to be more respectful of where the knee joint is. Possibly. Maybe. Knees are horrible. before, maybe reinforce not against it, but there's things you can always work on, isn't there? Now these have this peculiar thing where the joints are faced downwards and onward instead of like, I don't know, it's a weird direction thing. Honestly, I might just keep it as is. Am I gonna do that? I don't think it's bad-ish, sort of. But you can always try a few poses and then come up with whichever one is the best for the end. So until then, this thing is going to have a variety of finger position thingies. And then the sun has to be on the inside. Yeah. I can do better normally, I promise. Still, until then. Is that how we're doing this? No. Could it be? I feel like it might be. See, the fingers are, I don't know. Hypothetically, it should be like not upward facing. Right. Let's sort of erase everything that's on the inside so I don't have to care about it, and then we can start from scratch so that I can learn to care about it. Yes. I do think the palm would be forced to be a little bit more down. Don't know why yet. Maybe I'm wrong. We will see. Now, with that in mind, we can either have it facing backwards, which could be neat, or we can have it facing forwards, which would not be neat at all. It would be very annoying to draw, actually. I mean, I'm kind of for facing backwards. I feel like that way we can add a little bit more dynamicness to the pose. Don't worry about this thing. That's the sun. Yeah, I know we got that stuff. Bad. Not good. This is the best part I can do as so if it is like that, then technically speaking, it's more something like so. In which case, kind of do this. I feel like it almost looks like a dress song, and I don't know what to do about that. Not yet, anyway. Perhaps in some near future, I'll figure out how to counteract such an act, I suppose. Well, perhaps this fountain fast perchance has always been difficult, but still. I might just leave it as this little silhouette thing for now. Who cares? No one does. And probably, maybe. I don't know if anyone will actually care. If I ever add the rings, I will probably hate myself. But that is easily medicated. Okay, something is wrong. I can feel it. But if it's shorter, and it is, why is it so difficult? Well, not too difficult, I suppose. Nonetheless. Like so. Technically, I've made the wrist too thin. Practically speaking, see if I care. I do care. But just not enough to fix such a thing. Which is a fair bit of a lie, or I have just fixed it. Sort of, anyway. The, like, arm part is too thick at the moment, so I need to unsticken it again. Mainly, it's that less stuff needs to be moved. Right, as so. There we go. And now there's center. I think trusted. And as such, we can draw a little thinner, I suppose. I actually want to put more of an emphasis on the shoulder, because right now it's looking very blocky when it shouldn't be, right? Shoulders don't tend to be blocky. So, is it marbles? Perhaps not, but is it working? Perhaps yes. I don't know if it would be this way or if it would be this way, because, like, I guess I'll have to go with something like this. For now, it doesn't seem like we have that much of an option. And like so, the perspective in this thing is what I mean, but then over here, the shoulder needs to be a little bit further away. But therein lies our problem. The bony shoulder. That himself is a question. If I make the muscles more pronounced in our drawings, it would be fine. But like, I don't, so I'm not going to just throw it away. You see my dilemma here, right? Oh, let's currently delete it and just hope for the best. If it looks off, that's fine. It is a game after all, and not just an illustration. Yes. Good enough in my opinion. Yeah, not too mad of it. I would also make like, I think the arm needs to hold something actually. Don't worry about it. Entirely normal. Actually, it kind of is entirely normal. Close enough. Oh, okay. We can't make it fully close its fist around the same, because then the pose becomes a lot less dynamic. Because like the fist is at the back and it's, yeah, you know? So we would have to do something a little bit different. Something with a more open sort of layout for fingers. Yeah. Oh, good lord. But I'm going to... No, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm going to come back to it, but I know better. I know I won't. I know I wouldn't want to either. Now, okay. I could just... No, but let's close the rest and that doesn't count. What if I make it more uneven then? Again, close the rest and doesn't count. Okay. I don't think that's the way that goes. No, it definitely would be. But if that's the case, how does... Okay, that's backwards. Front. No, backwards is the way. So in sync. If I hold something so... I guess it would have to be more open of a thing, perhaps. Like so. I think that's the closest we're getting, maybe? No, is it? It's kind of hard to tell a little bit. I guess let's try to just gently erase most of this. All of it, I have decided, and not gently, because it was pink on the same layer as our master layer, so. I will quickly adjust something. Alright, now with it being adjusted, I can return to what is most important. Is of course attempting to draw the sun, as the rest of it does. It won't, but like, it's kind of difficult. Oh, that's what I was going for. Okay. I see now, ish, sort of, mostly. I kind of understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it actually does work. The hell? Is this ideal? No. Are the fingers short? Probably, yeah. They definitely are. But does it work? I bet it does. I'm trying to elongate the fingers, aforementioned, but it can turn out a little bit difficult. I don't know that's where that third one belongs, but I'm scared to find out. No. Definitely up there. Why does that work? Well, I guess I'm going to look a gift horse in the mouse. Whoa. Many occurs upon us. I feel like if it was placed lower, we could have had something, you know? What if I swap? I shall attempt. First, I'll snatch this on. Very carefully, less of that. Control V. Control V. I'll snatch this on. So that. I will also out because I think I accidentally got part of the heel. Where is it? Control X, Control E, Control D. Now what I will do is Control C, then Control Z, until I have one there again. Control V, do this, Control G, so that I can hide any one of them. Great. Now while at it, what we're going to do is Control T, how did I do this? Oh, right click. Right, I forgot about that. See, I haven't had a mouse for like the past several months. So I forgot that you don't double click, you right click with the mouse. Flip horizontal. Yes. Sorry, there was just like a setting for it. What if we do that? And we grab this thing, and then we Control T also. And I guess I do have to right click. Flip yourself horizontally. This looks like a gesture of some kind. I'm not saying it's bad. That's because I'm not saying anything. I guess I could go with that. In which case, this thing would have to be. There is an object transform in theory. It's not just a theory. Alright. In that case, I would have to adjust the proportions a little bit. Hello, buddy. Have you met mind? Well, okay. I will have to right click again for free transform. Freedom, also known as being able to distort things. I do still want it to connect, so it's arguably a bit more hesitant. I don't like how like Sig maybe that outline makes it, because it's not at all what I was going. Well, sort of ish, not really. Where was the original look like? I completely forgot now. I think that might just be appropriate. Maybe. Yeah, okay, I actually prefer like backward. No, I just think go back to the original. I think what we could try doing instead is making this other leg in front of the first leg instead. How? I don't know. Logic. I mean, you could, but I would have to dislocate the hips quite a lot, so maybe not. Oh, why is it such a thing? It's fine though. I'm having fun. Alright, let's see. Oh god, not that. No, go back. Go back. Okay, my first spell. Was it? Yeah, that way we can kind of imply that this hip is higher than this hip, and that can work. Good enough. Good enough. Now what? Okay, now we draw head, right? Heads. People have those. Yes. I know what a head looks like. I don't want it to be too high when it comes to like the angle of the head, but also kind of having it low is not really my thing. Let's see. Careful with such. Well, not too bad, as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of, I think having the head that large makes it cuter, which could be a good thing. You know? Sort of though. That means the face would have to be contained in here. Actually, learning the rule of thirds with the head was the worst. Just because it's very mind-boggling to me. But most of our features are just locked in between where the ears are located. Like from the top of the ear to the bottom of the ear. It's so weird. Doesn't make any sense. Well, it does, but it's still odd, you know? Still, I don't like the generalization of that either, you know? People have different proportions. But it does tend to be a more reliable generalization as far as generalizations go. I might just reduce that size because I'm really not happy with how like humongous it is. Becomes small. See, much better. So then I can afford a higher forehead. Yeah, it's all coming together. And 5, 10, I guess that would work. That kind of works. I don't know if I like the fact that works. It does. Ish. It does look a little bit like it's broken, but we can quickly fix that. There we go. Much better. I would like add that line in, but I won't. For a few simple purposes. That being that we don't have shading on the rest of this body at all at the moment, so I don't think it's a good idea. What are you saying with this base default? I actually don't think it's that bad. I might come up with a different one.
I won't if I choose this one right now. I don't know if I can be bothered trying to come up with more poses, so I could, I guess. But like, I don't know. There could be more of a bend in the arm, perhaps, or less similar things. And perhaps I'll make a little bit more of a bend in the hand. Does that do us anything good? Kind of does, but I think I'll have to reduce the hand size a little bit at the back. So let's free transform. Because then we can have perspective. Ish. Let's now compare it to the previous version. Yes, the pose is more dynamic, which is good, probably. And I don't like how far the hand is. Oh, I know. Okay, so we have to transform it again freely. And I want to add a little bit more of a skew over here. That's the other main topic that we're currently having. Well, which is that it's a little too thick on that side. I might just manually do so though. My trusty brush, where art thou? There we go. And I can manually delete a little bit more of it. It's not ideal, but like, dear, my dear. It's actually the salmon neck, like, I don't know, conversion? No. Words can be difficult, especially if you know a few languages, and so it gets quite confusing quite quickly. Mm. Okay. In which case, we need to dynamitize some of our other aspects. First and foremost, this leg. Let's link it over here, like so. And then this thing over here, which will also slightly move. And then we'll have to move the toe as well. Would we? I don't know. I'll check it out. This would imply like a more Sarah spinning on the ground. This would imply more floating. I kind of like the floating aspect. Okay, once more, let's adjust the position of the leg. We'll need to shift select because I think we didn't grab all of the heel. There we go. I guess that would be okay. I would also do something more dynamic with this part, I think. Like so, and then we would have to straighten out some of the toes. Behold-ish. I don't know. Okay, I selected a little bit wrong, so I'm going to unwrong it. There we go. A little bit better. Just that little bit. Only downside about it is that now the perspective of that leg is very different. And so that's something, I don't know if I want to cope with. I guess I could just try moving it closer. Yes, something like so. It's not the worst, but like, maybe if I add a few. Oh, there's crows outside. That's wonderful. I love crows. I love birds in general, to be fair, so I suppose there's something particularly special in them. So, how? Are you not? Okay, you are. So, erase properly, or else. I guess that's better. I would have to switch a little bit of how the entire body moves soon, but not yet. Let's adjust this. here as well. I kind of want to enlarge it because I feel like it's too small. And before we rotate it, I'm going to put it back to its root. There we go. In which case, there is something that I want to do. Over here, I was wondering whether to, like, which part to have overlapping, and now that our hand is clearly bigger, I want to have the arm overlapping. There we go. Much better. Like so. So with that, there is one more thing, which is that it looks disconnected over here because it is. So we need to adjust for that. And then, technically speaking, there's this like groove thing going on. I don't want to put too much detail into it, but not enough can also kind of look weird. I might just shrink it a little bit over here, like move it in. Does that do us well? It kind of does, but I think there's more that we can do manually. Like so. Let's see how that will look. Because it's closer, it kind of is losing a lot of its stickiness in the process, you know? Like it's less thin. Something isn't right. I know, we can move this closer, and by doing that we can do this. Hello. Where's delete? It's not ideal. Oh, actually I'm just gonna delete that entire aspect. Now, let's lasso it again. Yeah, it'll do. Okay. Lasso, and then with the stick part over here, I guess. Yeah, because I need it like so. You can actually just have it folded as well. That's not bad. Ish. Kind of is bad. Isn't it? Oh, let me check. Yeah, it kind of is bad. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Improvement. It does still go off the like main part of the body a little bit, but not too much. So I think we're fine. I'll just do a couple more things. Let's erase that. I think we can bring the stockiness back in if we do this right. Because now it's sort of like explaining on Popo, right? Which changes our situation quite a bit. Elbows can be stocky, they're allowed to do that. So as a result, we could bring back some of what made our hand so distinctive earlier. There we go. Not the best, but honestly not the worst at all. Still might benefit from a little bit of something. Okay, so elbow is too stocky, and so I'm not too happy with that. Let's see if just erasing it entirely will do the trick. It kind of doesn't, but I think I just need to bring it closer. Yes, and then closer. Yeah, and now it looks like it's reaching out to us. Yep. Number 5. Like so. Imagine that. Maybe? It's hard, actually. No. Yes, it kind of is a solution, though. Is that better? I guess I'll have to live with this, maybe? It's a little odd looking. Like so. Is that it? I should really flip the canvas to find out, but I am scared. I'm really scared to flip the canvas. Flip the canvas to perfectly fine. No, I actually don't remember, like at all. It's material to allowing distribute change into I know. Rotate flip can. Why am I not allowed to rotate a flip canvas? Is it because there's an animation thing going on? No, because that would unhook yourself, edit, rotate flip canvas. No, okay. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to manually flip it. Control T, right click, flip horizontal. I'm not mad. I can't say I'm that disappointed. It'll live. The head itself needs some rotation though. I have decided I no longer want it looking up, so yeah. And then I don't know, something like so. I guess that's how we'll go around it. Technically, that like um, yeah, there we go. Does it need to be smaller? I can't tell. I feel like it is a little humongous. I don't even know if it's a little humongous. It just might be humongous. This seems more reasonable. Yes, probably. Yeah, it seems reasonable. I'm being shrimping, which is not good because now my back is a bit sore. Being old, isn't it? Still. Oh, I have my chamomile tea. One moment. Behold, I have solved my shrimping. That being said, if I need to fix anything else with Control T, I simply don't. Not anymore. I can't fix my keyboard. Okay, I need to move on to drawing the proportions of the body in the top left. But I so don't want to. Genuinely. I wonder what the time is. Oh, we're an hour in. That means I can like. Oh, it doesn't mean a lot to be honest, but like a break wouldn't be unreasonable at some point. Perhaps soon, perhaps not. I know I need to draw the other side, but I don't want to unless I make it interesting. I don't know if I want to make it interesting. Perhaps. I don't know. It's turning out to a good song, I suppose. But like, you can see me doing a side profile right now. The actual like nose-ish parts of it are, I don't know, they're a little bit confusing. Mm. I would feel like scoping it out, but I also know better than to do so. Mm. A strong brow. It's not strong. I don't know. You know, I'm just going to color this yellow as I look at later and forget about it. Yeah, that's a reasonable space to do. I will, okay, actually, I'm going to lean over and Control C, Control V for this thing, because one of them is the, like, alpha thing I won't care about, I won't touch, and the other one needs to take its rightful place as not having any of its marks shown. Normally speaking, I should also like start making body type variations about now. That's interesting to me that I could do. I need to erase this a little more carefully than I'm doing. Not too bad. I will definitely shine it though. Yeah, might as well. Okay. Now, I'm much more interested in the skin tone, to be honest. Hmm. But I kind of don't want to. Let's make clothes instead, because I don't feel like doing the skin tone thing. I'll color it green. I'm saying each one piece of clothing will be a folder because I need to make sure I have another copy of it because like this bigger version over here, and I'm putting them in the folder because it's the same piece of clothing. So until then, normally speaking, there's this like, I see this thing a lot outside. I know what they're called. I don't have like that. I'll see this sort of thing. I know what like housing general direction goes. I don't know. Is that it? No. I'll have to come back to it, I think, when I figure it out. Unless I figure it out now. I could also just like go across at any given point and no one would like question it. I wish to include a bow because that's how they're usually tied. The most I was looking forward to making some like headscarf designs. Well, not really designs per se, but just drawing them because designs implies that I came up with them, but in reality I'm using references from the real world instead. So clearly the design involves somebody else. Per se. Belonging is a tricky thing when it comes in a legal sense though. I don't like to think about it. I think that's cute. I think that's kind of cute. I'll add a color. I want to go with like a nice green. See, I used to have a cool old color. What the hell is that? Okay, you know what? Don't care. I used to have like a very nice color palette, but I lost it. And so now I have to do it from scratch. I will use a different brush because I don't want any gaps. There we go. Much better. Is that what I think it is? It is. I haven't erased something. You become. It's kind of like a cute side effect though. I could have kept it. A shame it was not intentional. Alas. So back to trying to color this thing in. Not bad. Oh wait, you know what? I will do it this way so that I can draw in the gaps of it. Because either that or the colors. No, that would be no. Unless. Hold on. I guess it would be really weird though. But you could. I don't feel that up. I could parent the color to the like skin color so that it would be within like masked out by it. It would be really difficult to program though because masks and programming are a whole thing of its own. Usually masks are inbuilt tools, but outside of drawing software they're not really well built in, you know? There'll be a way to possibly do it, but it won't be a very good one and it'll be very limiting. So I kinda don't want to do that. But there is a lot of creativity you could do with it. And so I don't know. Otherwise, what's the point of like a non-snapping thing of clothes? Sort of. Hmm. You know what? The point would be to not have the bow as like part of it, I guess, because then you can just include the bow as is at any given point. I might do that. Hello, bow. Separate you from your bow. Oh, here, like so, and then here. Not careful now. But I really don't want to like have every single element be that separate. On one hand, it could be useful. On the other hand, I could just make a variation of this that doesn't have the bow on it. And I think that would be okay. So back to the drawing board, we have already thought of a couple other things we could be doing with it, decided against them. Huzzah! And now to coloring in the like strap seams. Enough. Yes, sort of. I need to do something else. Go back to black. Over here, number 5. It's not quite reaching the like shoulder. That's the main reason we needed to adjust it. That and I think adding a little bit of like shading to it was always a good idea. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's bad. Probably. Good evening. Hmm? Is that better? I don't recall how this is supposed to be set up. Well, will opens. No, okay. Is that better? I guess. It does look like one side is less fluffy than the other as a result, but perspective. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Right. I guess I fluffed it up a little. Just enough. Don't. What if I make it like pop off? Oh, that's cute. Yes. Is that wearable? Not really. Well, it might as well be. Let's let them over the thing, like over top of other clothes. So, oh, look at that. It's adorable. Like in an entirely cuteness sort of like cute puppy sort of way, right? Mm-mm. Oh. What next? I should really be labeling stuff, but I'm not gonna name them right now. I'm not. It's not me. New. What's it called? Folder. What else? I know that like I don't know. Oh god, the color would have to be on top of this thing. I could just make colors separate. But it'd still be inconvenient. If I separate it by layers and I parent it, the color will ultimately be above the thing, and it would be normal. I guess I'd have to separate by layers then. Oh, this is such a shame. I wasn't gonna do that. Now it feels like I have to. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, I can get into headscarves. Yippee! Number 5. So there are a few versions. Oh, I forgot to use the proper brush thing. This is the one with, I kind of want to use the like black underline as a whole separate thing with some. So I guess in that way, Control X, Control V, Control D. This one will go into a new folder of its own. The folder will. I kind of want to make the head folders like not green but pink. So I'd have to. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Also, you would be able to change the colors, but just not currently. So that's for later. Hmm. I see. Okay. product of that thing. I don't know. Yeah, you can interpret this as hair. You can interpret this as the black part of the head covering people sometimes have. Like so, kind of just like. I guess I was originally going to make it like dark brown or something, but this might be better off. We just color it in. This will be one of those things that you can flip on and off. Or maybe a button even. I don't think you need to flip it. Simply having this button might be useful. The buttons would have to be one in white, one in black, and one in just like absent. I think that would go, because I've seen people style it so that it's white underneath and not black underneath. Like so. Ah, precious things. I'll even, you know what I'll do? Where's this thing? Ah, huzzah. Limited one. So, white square. It's not necessarily, you know, it's not perfect enough. White square? That's more like it. Black square. And absent square. So I'll just kind of use this skin color brown thing going on. But I haven't quite decided what the color will be, so yeah. I guess I'll go with this ashier brown. Okay, oh, that's not good enough. For now, this is just a, drawing board. Therefore, it doesn't count. Yeah, good enough. You are also red. Or orange? Yellow, maybe? I don't know. Let's go with orange. Back to it. What do we do? Oh, right. Let's see. This was yellow, because that's the previous version. Alright, back to full. Pretty good. I'll make a few variations of this thing. And by variation is, I mean, honestly, I'll just put white on it and call it a day. Or will I think that's too dishonest for me. I'm not likely to actually do that. Refer to other layers now. Refer onto the editing layer. Yes. Let me make sure that I have the outline of this thing up. That's why you don't, it looks awkward. Nice. There we go. Better. Probably. Who knows cares? Right. I'm trying to add the shadow thing. I hope that's accurate. Could be. Let me go look at my references. Because I had a few. Where is it? Okay, there it is. See, I knew I've drawn it badly. And then one more. And then the way that's, I guess
of this way. Right, like so. But then there's also another little. Technically speaking, I love the way that they like curl in sometimes. You know, like they'll do this sort of thing with all the different layers of the scarf, and it's so cool. No, I'm going to close that green one because I don't want to lose it. See, that's not bad. That's not bad. Hmm, do like so. And against it. Okay, now let me make a color so that I don't lose it. And the reference image I have is just like burgundy red, which I think is lovely. Now back to our normal-ish brush thing going on. There we go. Actually, I don't. The ears are covered. Ooh, lovely. Okay. There we go. And then that way you can kind of place it anywhere. Ish. I want to have free placement in the game so that if you wanted to, you can be very creative with it. But if you don't want to, you're still not limited by doing so. So I'm not going to make it too modular, even though I'm very tempted to do so. There we go. Lovely. And I'll currently delete the parts of this that are not real and therefore don't matter. But I really want to make like the background of it, right? Like so that when you pick it up, it's not, it'll have a behind itself option. I don't know how to say this. The shadows that you don't see on the character because the face is in front of the character, right? Hmm. You know, you can pair a head covering with a hat. I didn't realize that for like the longest time. That's so cool. Honestly, Hijabi's always have the best fashion scenes. And it's, I have no idea, because I know that I'll see like Hijabi shop at the same place that I do, right? So they'll shop at the same things, but it'll look as serial, and I have no idea where they find it. It's so cool. And people wear head coverings for all sorts of reasons as well, so it's not really exclusive to. Um, but I like the style, you know. I share quite a lot of it actually. Okay. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. This is so cool. And they can. So there's black version, there's white version. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, head covering number one is done. We have a few more to go. I kind of want to like make a couple clothing pieces though, like long sleeves, you know. All right, let's go back to using black and 5. This is gonna be a more basic one, I think. Ish, maybe. Mm-hmm. Mm, the painted red, you know. I do want to include them. Actually, there's a couple things that I could do here. One of which is adding more ruffles, because that's always very cool looking. Mm. I've seen some people fix up their clothing with just like cloth and pins as well as part of it, and that's kind of neat. You know, I was gonna do something with it, but I completely forgot what it was that I was going to do. Oh, Lizzie, look at that, that's adorable. Oh my god. Genius beyond my time. Okay, let me lose the green one as well, because I want to be able to draw it in a second. This is definitely one of those things that like would require a collar, I think. Not like one of those. I'm not sure though. It could be like as this sort of thing as well. I don't know. Still, how was I going to? No. Careful, 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 careful.
also know. I forgot I was going to do the second sleeve. I could just do it one sleeve and the second one be normal. I've seen people wear some asymmetrical things. Mm, like so. Mm, I don't remember if a butterfly I buy has a high collar or not. I think it does. Well, definitely not a low collar. That's as far as I do remember. I don't remember if it had a high one or not. Oh, look at that, it's so bubbly. You know, kind of like in the way that the personality is bubbly, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. So the way that it would have to be is by adding shadow to the back. Mm, there we go. Much better. And I have to do it once more. Mm-hmm. And that would be shadow at the back. And actually making it more fluffy is a little bit of a problem sometimes. Mm. Something about it just isn't quite right, and I can't tell why. Like, I know it's too high, but I don't know why. I guess I could try adding one more and then having that. It's difficult to tell. Very difficult. I think it's because the angle of the things are. Probably, yeah, because the angle would have to be in that direction. Right? I mean, I kind of. Maybe like so. To know. Maybe so. No. Mm. I don't know. I can kind of tolerate it as a thing. It's not the best, it won't be the worst. Times the one. Mm. And of course, to double down on the shoulder itself. Maybe I should add snapping to it when I'm programming it. I don't know. Still. And if we put that on, yes, perfect. And without it, it's still kind of fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to add this sort of like upfront thing, I think. Let me see how it works with the grief. See, that is our problem, isn't it? So I do want to do this, and I will. Let's try that. So we can add more consistency over here. Maybe not. It's a little. Unless I could try adding a bow. I don't know. I completely forgot what it was I was going to do with it a little bit. Mm. I genuinely don't remember how these things function. I guess that's for like future me to find out. I could add like clasps over here. It could be like perceived as bows if you really want to, you know? personally against this kind of interpretation of it. I don't know. I think it's something's wrong with it, though. I don't know what it is. I'll just leave it as is for now. If you make it more like this, then the pants can cover it up, and it'll be okay. I know we love when it's like baggy, but there is a bit of a problem when programming that sort of thing. Yes, I can add variations, but again, we're looking at scope. There's ever so many variations I can add, so it's better not to overestimate itself right now. Maybe I'll make it baggy exclusively versions, you know? Or I'll try and make this baggier by just like blurring the line, maybe? I don't know. It's difficult. That's what it is. Mhm. Mm. I make it shorter to make it longer. I'm too longer. Yeah, but let me see if I can like color it in. Refer to all layers. No, editing layer all. I guess mostly. Let me invert it and then go down a little bit. Maybe just a couple pixels. Okay. Now I have another layer. That layer, I'll just make it. I want to make it white, but I'll have it off white for now. No, never mind. I'll make it white or blue. Blue is a nice color. Color yourself in. Yes. Now let's use a smaller brush and also do that with the part that could not be selected because it had kept selected. Almost. There we go. I was going to actually draw this entire thing on the rest layer, but I forgot. The game engines don't actually like distinguish between the two very well. They do distinguish between, but it doesn't actually matter. As far as the big one's concerned, anyway. Most engines try to copy each other just a little bit, and I know as far as Unity goes with 2D, which is the basis that most engines try to emulate sometimes. As far as Unity goes, it doesn't matter whether it's raster or the other one, because no matter how much you resize it, it won't blur, which is so cool. So cool. Alright, that seems reasonable. Yay. I will change the color of this because I don't like it being that color. Maybe even white. No, off white. Do not embarrass or dishonor this moment. Maybe a brown version. Yeah, I'm happy with the brown version. I could try like a darker. Yeah. Clipping on. Oh, why are you upside? Are you upside? Oh, you're not. Okay. There we go. Adding it to these gaps, and then a few more. Because the shadow color and this color can be like coexisting quite well. Where's the problem? Okay, over here. I don't know if I should add me over here. Let's see how the green thing is going to. Green thing, how are you feeling about this? It's kind of cute. Okay. I'll live with it. Now I can do more hair coverings or something cool. I was feeling a bit awkward without like a top layer because it just didn't feel right when I was doing the head coverings. So I want to make now that I have this like middle layer, I can make more. Okay, there are a few variations. So I already have one of them. There's also okay, I know which ones we're doing next. Sort of. It's a very difficult one, so I don't know what to do with it per se. I guess it's a sticker sim, right? Mm-hmm. How does it? There is a like tutorial that I have on my phone on how to tie these, but they're a bit confusing. Mm, I know. Be gone. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just close them off here. Yeah, this seems reasonable enough. I'll cut off this version. There we go. Excellent. I do want to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a pink dye version so that I can stop like forgetting where in all the lines are, like what layer they're on. So if it's just pink, I will no longer do that. They do have these like, cause they're tied, right? And so, I don't know they need to be connected. I don't think so. I think just having them as the same is enough. You know, and maybe I'll delete this one as well. I don't know. Trial and error. Mhm. Mm. I don't think that's too bad. Mm. There we go. And then how does it look? Oh, okay. So okay, I see. I see. I see. Mhm. I'll quickly cover this one as well, so they don't have to think about it. The way this one is tied is interesting. Say that. Mm. And by interesting, I do mean that it is all interesting, and also that I'm not quite certain how that functions. Okay, wait. I did the whoops. There we go. Because it is one cloth, it kind of originates this way a little bit. Uh, it's a little bit confusing. I might actually just watch how it's done. Space buttons, space buttons, space buttons. Oh my god, they can just be like without this thing. Oh, that's how. Okay, wait. Pen, 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 pen. Yes. Uh, uh, um. Oh. Uh. Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. So I drew them a little bit wrong. That's okay. Let me fix this up. That was one wrong. The other one's fine. There we go. They're kind of tasty looking when I'm doing it like that. Is it connected? It's a little bit, a little bit. Mhm. I guess it would have to be a bit more forward to fully cover the ear, right? Mm, is that accurate? What should we tell? Mm, I think it's a little too dark. Makes it look creepy as it is. I'm not a fan. I'll go back to how it was before. I like the new idea of doing the same, like the hair parts. And, can I erase this? I just kind of can. Oh yeah. The tutorial part was called hijabi space buttons, which is so cool. I love how like doesn't matter the hair type, you can get space buns, you know, or like they're all even. Bald people should stick to this. Yes. Alright, I forgot to overcompensate with the air. Not bad. Mhm. Mhm. Kind of like so. Yes. It's really difficult to like tell it properly, you know. Mm, mm. Perhaps if I do like so, it's hard. Um, yeah, now the shape is simpler and therefore friendlier. So you don't want it to be like scary or too intense, because it's a cozy game. No? So by doing so, we can do good. I know this will go into the scary or too intense territory. Let me check. I don't think it does, which is very good, as it should, you know. Mhm. Let me add a little bit over here. Wonderful. Mhm. For the covering itself, let me quickly go around the head because we can't go too far out of the head. Oh, I'm in number 6. Okay, that explains a lot. Like outside, when we're doing the outline, it cannot deviate too much from the head because you need to be able to wear hats. Why? Don't ask questions. Simply no. Listen, learn. Space buns. Oh, this is so fun. I can't wait to do more of them. For like every other type of thing. Partially it works. My lord. Either it's cold here or I'm shrimping again and therefore I'm losing circulation in my legs or something. Honestly. On my reference, those were yellow, so I'm gonna make them yellow. Mm-hmm. No, what is this? No. Mm-hmm. What is this? Alright, okay. Oleander leaves. There we go. Let me zoom in closer. Look at that. It works. What you do is, I think you do still have to make like buns underneath-ish, or you can stuff them as cloth as well if you wanted to. And then over top of a missing covering them, you put more, what's it called, like another layer of cloth, and that one you can tie into this kind of shape with the buttons, right? Unlike the first one, because the first one is there to keep your hair secure, and the second one is there to add as an accessory. Where's... Oh, trying to make sure I don't overstep onto territory which aren't my own. Over here. There we go. Does this look fine? Where is it? See, the issue here is that the hair would always be underneath, no matter what. Unless on top. In which case, don't quote me. Okay, I don't like how it's not like orange enough. Go back. Wait, I could actually like gradient it. Where's that? There we go. I'm happy with it. Happy. Very lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, I need to add more shading to it. Bottom right of the color wheel, a little bit to the left, and we may begin. Where is it? I need to do something with this, like the buns themselves a little bit. I think it makes it more shiny, which is kind of cool. I can get behind this. I can also get behind something like so. And that way it looks a lot gentler when you shade with, well, shading instead of just the black lines. Oh, look at that. Looks tasty. Okay. Now there's a couple more. Maybe one more until I get a little bit bored and want to do something else. We'll see. We'll have a break soon though, and that'll be lovely, because like a 2 hours straight is a bunch, you know? And green, and then, I don't know actually. I could start involving other types of hair as well. I was in, okay, so the, what's it called? I think the rose, I believe, is the hairstyle. So I guess I'm moving on to hair. Where is this? Anyway, for the rose, the interesting thing about them, per se, is they come in such like so many cool patterns, and we all know why that is. But like, I want to try adding a star in. As a result, I decided to move on to like hair types now. I don't know if they try to get like that, but they don't. That's not the point. I'll probably adjust it afterwards as I'm going through this, you know? Because like I have an actual reference, I'm not currently looking at it, but I will look at it later. No, come back. There we go. The way that they are structured is you don't take one piece of hair and you put it around it, because that's not how it works. You keep tying into smaller pieces of hair as you're going along it. So as a result, what could have been one strand of hair over here is actually part of it is over in this one, and part of it is over in this one. So that might be fun to know. I imagine like it would be symmetrical. You could also wait. I could add more stars to it. No Someone said you had to just do 1 star. Mhm. I think it's cool. Please let me know if you think it's cool. It's like I'm not the authority, you know. So please let me know. Mm-mm. Is there another one that I should do like over here? I feel like the answer is yes. This would be the cutest thing ever. Okay. Oh, I get to do knots after this. That'll be fun. Singular pngtuber, although I might be thinking of something else. Not so bad. And then one over here, one over here. And where's... There we go. You could also like... Oh, actually it could be popping out. That's fine. People don't normally like to do that. But I think it could be a stylistic choice, you know? Normally you want all the hair in there. I think maybe otherwise it's a little bit annoying. But again, stylistic choices. There we go. Yes, you need to make sure it's, you know, I don't know how to state it. I guess that's close enough. Right. Like so. I guess it's showing at the back there, right? It's not the cleanest, but I think it could be okay. You know? Oh, they could be matching. Oh, a second one would be cute. And then it's like, oh look, we're doing this on purpose. Because we are. And so I think somebody getting that hairstyle might also be okay with that. You know? Possibly. Wonderful. Technically speaking, I could also do like other patterns. But A, I like stars. B, I kind of feel like doing butterflies at the moment. You could always do like a mix and match, I suppose, if you're really confident. Stuff. Oh, what is that? Oh, hydro. Okay, oh good. There's no more hydro back. And now we will be going on break. See. You can like stack them if you wanted to. Like so, you know? But you don't have to. Look at that. Okay. Cool. We're going on break. We'll be back in about 15. So that all workers' rights, including my own, can be properly followed. I'll go to over there and I'll put the background music over there as well. Good break, everyone. Don't forget to drink water.
Although the 15-minute break, ah, alas, sorry, moment. Hello, the 15-minute break is over. The good old 15. I wonder, because in McDonald's in New Zealand, you'd refer to the two breaks that you can have by like if it's 15 or 30, right?
it's the same everywhere, honestly. Or like if it's not. Also, do they really call McDonald's in America Mickey D's? There's no way, right? Mickey D's. Is that true? I know places where they call McDonald's McDuck, which is kind of cool. But they wouldn't, right? I don't know. I'm very curious about that fact. Still, okay, we're back on the drawings. Hey, nerds. Technically speaking, we should add like the skin tones underneath it. Practically speaking, so I don't know. Hmm. I should probably have more clothing as well, but I don't feel like doing clothing at the moment. I feel like doing other things. Mhm. That being, we had more head coverings to do. Actually, okay, new head covering thing. For that one, this is gonna be like a normal one of I don't know what they called, like this handkerchief thing. I have a few in Infinite Unity that I love to use. They have like this sort of thing going on for them. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's good enough. Um, and I can't wait to add hats to it afterwards as well, but like not presently. For now, I can wait. You know. It's very difficult to like. I'm not gonna say draw some because drawing them itself is not difficult at all. But like, they're a bit tricky to make them look right. You know. I don't think that's entirely correct. Would it be more like this? It would be, wouldn't it? Okay. And carefully, I'll draw around it like so. With that being drawn around, yes. No, yes, maybe. I don't know. Okay, yes. 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 I know. Again, hard to tell the proper way that they should be. I'll kind of take it though. Where's our... There it is. Okay, I will now draw behind it. I'll pick that same maroon color because I cannot be... Or green. I'll go with green, I think. Because I can't be bothered making up a new one. Hello. Still got it, okay. And I will subtract the color from places where it doesn't belong. Like so. You know what's really cool is the Steam community page, especially for creative games. Not even just the ones that allow you to, you know, actually share your creations for other people to download, because that's a whole separate thing of its own. But just viewing the creative ways that people have used it, I think encourages creativity in others. And that's so neat. I kind of wish Itch had the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe it does and I'm just unaware of it. Maybe I'll make one. There we go. Huzzah. Oh wait, I forgot about one more thing. I forgot the color in the bottom one. There we go. I think I might just make it brown. Yeah. Now to better things, such as the actual shading. Okay, bottom right a little bit, then bluer. Except I need to do it on the RGB scale instead. Because that one, the green is too elongated. I need it to go to blue quicker, but if I do it too quickly, it'll become cyan instead, and that's not good. I just need it to be darker green. There we go. Cute. Cutes. I'm shamelessly borrowing my sister's vocabulary here. Stop. Oh, look at that. Maybe? I can't tell if that was a good idea or not. Mm. And I'll try making a like darker version of this brown as well. I mean, it worked. Hmm. I think there is one thing that I do want to do, which is there's this like part over here that's undersaturated that could be green. So I will make it there, dark brown. I don't know that it actually did anything, but I don't think it'll be bad. Yay! And you can stack it, ish, if you felt like it. It doesn't even look bad stacked to be honest, because of the simplistic way that we draw everything. Oh, nice. I love the parts where we have zero shading actually. It's very cool. I'll zoom in just like to show. Look at that. Look at that. And you know, as such, you can have different varieties, other things. That one's neat. More head coverings. I could also just like, I think I'll draw more just hair types, hairstyles. I don't think I'm going to deviate from the current hair type I'm going for now. I will later, but not at the moment. I'll start with this kind of color because like, um, drawing an outline for it would be a little, not it, you know? Mhm. And underneath it, I'll go with probably black. It's like there's more hair, you know? Mm. So that is it. I don't remember what these are called. Let me search them up real quick. Just after I'm done actually paging some of them in. Yeah, drawing them. What are they called? I know I definitely have them saved, but I don't remember the names. Okay, I will find out later because I've just discovered there's a couple more variations of head coverings that I want to do. Specifically the hijab ones. But yeah. I know this like technically it's not bad, but like not separating them could be a problem in the future. Mm. Mm-hmm. And one more black. Mm-hmm. Just to go around with the orange ones. It's kind of cool. I feel like this is an overcut thing, so it could definitely be longer if I wanted to. But like the actual creation of that longer thing is a bit of a question at the moment. So I feel almost like just keeping it with this overcut undercut thing going on. Mm. Yeah, I could add a fade in there, but I don't know if I feel like adding a fade. Maybe. I guess. Mm. You know what? I can finally use my merge, not merge. Uh, I don't know, I forgot the name of this. This brush thing. Oh, right, I wasn't nearly as careful as I thought I would be. Okay. Because I thought it was more filled out than it was, which is foolish of me to think. without properly double checking. Mm-hmm. Careful like so, careful like so. Mm-hmm. And then just over here at the edges as well. There we go. Now we have a better base for the hair. Mm-hmm. Better. Mm. You can like bleach parts of your hair as well. So I'm wondering. That's kind of cool. This is like Ice Spice if she decided that not having her entire head orange was a thing to do. Maybe because like the lighting mold is creative, you know? And it certainly is a bit orange. Maybe not quite Ice Spice orange actually. Don't know. I could polish it out to be a little bit more shinier at the top here. Hmm. I think the cat wants to come in, but I don't know if I want to let them. Good luck. I think that's adorable. The cat let itself in. It just it let I closed the door. It opened the door. Ah yes, now go sniff at my teeth. Well, at least it's reasonable enough to know to only drink the water on the table instead. There's like a cup with it's technically for the cat, but like still. Okay, that's cute. I'll keep it as this for now, even though I think there should be more like hair color variation allowed within this thing. You know? But I can't come up with it properly at the moment. So, alas. What are you digging around in? Oh Lord. If you hear the sound of boxes at the back, it's because there are boxes at the back. And the cat has decided its life mission is to absolutely ruin everything on the table. I might mute for a bit until it's done with this chaos, actually. I don't know. Why are you like this? Yeah, of course, you need a bit of a break from all the carnage. Oh god, that cup is at the edge of the table. Oh my lord, okay. Never mind, it decided to leave the table. Please don't step on my keyboard. You're a reasonable feline, aren't you? Hmm. How are we feeling? Meow? Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good mood indicator, isn't it? Anything else you feel like doing? Well, it's just far enough from the table where, and like my computer and everything, where I just don't really care. I love the cat, I really do. Thank you. Oh, okay, right, new head card, right? We can do that. You know, I said it was going to do no more carnage because it's far away, but clearly that's not the case. It has found some kind of, I don't know, paper bag or something, and it's really obsessed with it. Mm. Mm. Well, at least the carnage is not being picked up by the, like, you know? Oh, it's crawled off. That's so cute. Okay, back to doing functional-ish things. I've seen people put their like gloves into braids. I've also seen like a variation. Oh, okay, that's the one. Sorry. A variation where they like stick a cloth that is shaped that way underneath it's the second class, so it kind of looks like, I guess, pigtails in a way. There we go, and then I could try. There we go, and then I don't think that's bad. Mhm. I can't see it though, so I'm going to. Easier than this. Okay, there we go. And then, oh, it's one of those where it'll like loop around. One moment. Alright, we may continue, despite all the interruptions in my experience. Honestly, because, like, the cat is, I think it's in a playful mood. It's hard to tell that right now. I think it's half, like, dipping its toes in that. They're not fully decided on for some reason. Mm, they could be, like, longer, though. I guess I might just adjust the flex themselves, because, like, not too happy with the way that they're currently turning out. So let's be careful and do it as such normally. Oh. Braids tend to be. I like the way that they make up like a heart shape, you know? Good. There we go. And it's not too bad. Like so. Because I feel like if you're making a dress-up game, making it full of boring hairstyles is such a waste. Since you're already trying to make something fantastical that the person can try on that they wouldn't be able to do in real life. Or at least a little bit of that, you know? There we go. Now, I do need to draw the like top layer of it. Yes, there's some parts that I know I don't. One moment. And as such, a continuation may occur. I know a couple things. First of all, is that like I don't remember how to like. Oh, I guess let's try something like so. Although the side of the brush is once again too big. I'll try. Okay, so the main thing is like you don't want to have the hood too much over it. I hope the cat itself is not making too much noise with it. So like not having any on it, I think is a bit ignorant of the way that like goes. I guess I don't know. It's strange. I think that'll be okay. Probably. Let's try. Hmm. Maybe I might add like a bow to it to the side because I think that'll be very nice looking. Yes, the bow works. Okay. Should I add a second one? That is the question. I don't know if it'll be visible. I don't think it would be. Yeah, and it's not visible. I still might though. Okay, I'll use that same green word at the moment. And I'll take away this thing. And where's the thing anyways? There we go. With that, we now color it in. There we go. I need to make sure it's not outside of bounds too much, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. At least not in theory. Now let me carefully do that, take away over there. Not too bad. And of course, we do still need to cover the neck. I suspect we should also cover the ears actually. I keep forgetting about that. It's okay, the bow will do it for us, so soon. Not quite yet. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Layer underneath so we don't have to touch it. Yes, sort of. A little bit, but like, I don't know. Now let me erase parts that are over the line, so that they may not be. I put them even under the black thing because sometimes it's not as opaque as you think it is, and you don't see it until you're too busy animating. And then boom, things are moving, and you can see them behind it. Now let me finish this bow. Actually, let me adjust a little bit as well. Like so. I don't know if like adding it as a connection here would be the best idea. I think I might just pretend it doesn't exist there. Or maybe even add it in as a connection, but like put the dark thing to imply that it's folding into itself. It wouldn't. It's too difficult to decide, so alas. Oh, the cat has come. Oh, wait. It better not be jumping on my computer anytime soon. Oh, did I forget? Right. Wrong layer. There we go. Green. It wouldn't turn off my computer by biting into its power. It wouldn't do that. The cat would be more benevolent and kind than that. I can trust it to not be weird and to affect my computer. Because it's such a cool and trustworthy cat, aren't you? Is that us? I think that's us. Okay. I will give it the, like, this kind of color, because at the end of the day, I'm basing most of these off whatever reference I find. Why is it taking behind the computer? You're going to jump on my ramps, aren't you? Who built this car? Oh, what? No. Why? Yeah, whatever. I don't like this. I'm gonna make it more purplish because that hue is on it. I'll take away from that. I'll pick a more blue, shiny hue. More, I don't know. Maybe I'll even make a few patterns with it. He seems like kind of cool. The cat is making concerning actions. Still, I don't know. I'm not fully feeling it. Hmm. Maybe something like so. I don't know. It's very hard to decide. Perhaps I could try just adding blue to the braids only. You know, I don't think it's too bad. I guess it is still missing something, but that's something that I can sort of deal with. Maybe like so. No, no. I don't know. I have patterns saved somewhere, so I could probably do those. Not presently though. I might try coloring the scarf underneath so light blue as well. Like so. It's not too bad. Especially, however, the entirety of it. Okay, that's where it breaks. Hmm. Maybe we could? No. I could try adding bows as a pattern. They kind of look like butterflies. Which, sweet. Okay, you can fuss them up. Okay. Now I'll try adding some shading. Like so, a little bit to the right. Technically it should be more purple, but like, it's kind of hard to gauge. It's not the worst. It's kind of neat. I actually thought maybe even gold might look good with this. And I'll try and recolor later for it, but just not now. Or will I try then? Yeah, let's try a little more. Let's color it blue, and then new layer, clipping mask, gold. Mm-hmm. 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 Great. And then now I can add like these kind of points of interest. I don't know what they're called. Shininess too. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Maybe like so. I'm trying to see. No, not quite. And I guess there's just no shininess to the back. Or we could just leave it at that. That's fine also. Okay, now I have these wonderful things called brushes. Specifically custom brushes. Ish. They're not fully custom, but like the ones that I have gotten from who knows where. And that's kinda cute. Mm-hmm. And then if I color it in as in light gold maybe? Maybe some other color. Could try going with silver. That could be interesting. You know? game is a different one though, because I don't like that one. I remember I had a good variety. The question is what are you? Oh, temporarily you shall be replaced. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like it, but it's not exactly what I'm going for. Still, it might be worth it. Let's try some more. What is this? Ooh, look at that. And then, I don't know what else to like match it with, you know? Ooh, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's go to the eraser and erase the part that goes over the, like, twin tails. There we go. Maybe for the color, I might even go with this dark brown as well, so it stands out more. Or I could try having it give like a red gradient as well. That could be interesting. Let me attempt that. Okay, lock the layer because I don't like when it merges. I have trouble telling it apart. Okay, I might do something worse. And then overlay maybe? Don't know. Maybe I'll try brown again. It kind of is better with brown, but for the wrong reasons. So I'm going to do something quite cheap. I kind of don't want to see what's it called Z flat to be highlighted like so. Though. I want it to keep its original hue. Might not be a good idea though. Well, now what I'm going to do: Shift Select low, undo that, Control G, and undo that. And that way I can have two versions ready to go. To swap between. Technically, I don't like either of them perfectly, but like I can't come up with a good pattern. I don't know. It's hard to tell because they're all a little bit. I don't feel like it's polished enough, but I can't come up with a better color combo. I don't know. Okay, let's try again with the like. I don't want to call it multiply because that's not what it is, but like shading, generally speaking. You know. Maybe I'll make it lighter and it'll make it more forgivable. I think it might. Where's that other one? This one. It's kind of cool. Actually, I have another idea. Filter. No, come back. Filter. Blur, and then there was radial smoothing, stem blur, Gaussian blur. Gaussian blur? There was this new one that I forgot. I don't think I have it in this version. Doesn't work. lens flare was the one that I was looking for, but I can't find it. Unless, what if I use this multiplying skin? Does this look better? I can't tell. Can't help, is this good? Okay, so one more head covering done. It's weird because in one way it's like over complex, and in another way I suppose it isn't. Well, there's the pencil one, it's the last one. For now. If anyone has any better ideas, I'm all ears. Okay, back to using black, and then over here. Rapunzel is this like humongous one. And you don't have to make it that big, but like you also could, and so that's the whole privilege you get from it. Like so. I don't know if I want to add even more to it. No. It's like it could be it. I kind of like it when it's short because I think it's cool. It's technically not like short by human standards at all, but shorter than I originally intended to like go all the way down. Because it's still cute without having to think about what it goes over and doesn't go over. There we go. And then it covers like so. And then, oh right, that's what they do. There we go. Much better. Technically they'll like cover. I guess I could still draw a flower here. 2, 3, 4. Technically 5. There we go. Much better. I'm going to turn on the pink layer at the moment because I am getting lost. There we go. Ish. Sort of. The way it pins in place might be a little inaccurate. Please let me know if it is. I sure, like, dearly hope it's not. I just don't, like, right this second have the time to look at how it is done. I think it's fine. Probably. Maybe. I'm okay. It's fine. It'll be okay. Maybe. Let's see. No? This maybe. I don't know. I guess it could be nice. I don't know. Could add another flower, but I kind of don't want to. Okay, let's color it in now. I will use that same yellow I normally do for these things just for now. Because I would prefer to do pink, but like I cannot be bothered making a new pink color. Oh, I used the wrong brush. There we go, much better. This is the OG brush. Let's make sure I'm not outside the lines. Like so. Almost 2 more hours, right? Started. I have no idea what the time is, like how much you've been drawing this for, or how long. I was going to do more programming today, but I think we'll be able to do it next week then. Either that, or I'll record some off stream, and we can go with that. I might just do that, because then I can make it its own little thing that you can follow if you want to. I really want to make sure that you can have different colors of the hair, by the way, and not not just the hair, of like everything, you know? Oh, look at that. It's adorable. There we go. And I'll add a couple more flowers in here, or just like at least one more. Hmm. Like so. Oh, damn it. I did it in the wrong layer. Let's try one more. It's not too bad, but it's not quite like it used to be. Good enough, I suppose. Now let's go in and color those in. Oh, I think it's nice. I could add one more flower on like the tie thing to it. I think I might. Okay, let's now color it in. Ish, sort of. I didn't really mean color in as much as I mean draw it in. Not too bad in my books. Endless little thing. Lovely. Now I do want to check how much time has passed. Because it seldom says, you know? Hmm. 5 again. I suppose we're at 5 hours now, aren't we? Would it be? No, it wouldn't be. That would be 2, 3? No. Well, 11 plus. Well, it would be plus 5 to get 14. Unless. No, it wouldn't be. No, it would be then. It's not a good indicator that I can't tell basic math. Yeah. I think that's a self-concluding conclusion then. Today's progress was very good. We have our basic like nailed down. We have a sketch of our UI. Where's it? There we go. And we have quite a few parts figured out of our action posing. Next stream we'll have color variations, in addition to more clothing added. And in between that, well, it's either next stream or in between. I'll have a programming thing posted about it. How it was enjoyable, feel free to watch it at any good point. And the next one is, well, for Game Dev it's Monday. For everything else, there is an art stream for, what's it called? Thursday. There we go. Thursday will be making meat in System Designer, hopefully. Is that? Like, that'll be interesting. Realistic texture is not generally difficult, but it's still good to have them in your portfolio, you know? And, well, I heard of mine needed meat texture, so we might as well. And then after that, there is a game stream, for which we will be playing cutegame, so you can have proper research for the game we are making. Also, you should totally just like playtest it if you can. It's currently in, I think, open playtest or whatnot. It's really, really cool. But I'll get to actually react to it later, because I haven't played it. I tried to keep myself spoilers free. Just seen the Steam page, and it's so cute and cool, and goes with what we're already doing. With that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you again in